Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic, sir. Very nice to see you.
Good.
And I think we will have one more session also, sir, which will be jointly held offline with, you and me together with the entire film faculty, right?
Yeah.
So it's a continuous process now.
चलिए ठीक है और how many people are likely to join?
Sir, I have received acceptance of around 45 odd people, but let's see, sir. Right. So I hope people will be joining in some time. Right.
चलिए good. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for your blessings and you're always
So
inspirational.
more people are joining in. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Hi, sir. Hi, Swapnil.
hi. Hello. So we'll start in a while. Okay, so what I will do is I will put this here and so I think we will start in a moment. And okay, for 2 minutes we can wait and then we can get started.
Still there are 2-3 minutes to start here.
Yeah. Okay. It's like 3. So just for a quick hygiene check, I think I'm audible, visible, and my screen is shared.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, right? And just again for a hygiene check, can you just tell me if you scan the QR code, what do you see on your mobile? You can scan the QR code from your mobile.
Okay, let me check.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
It is taking to some Mentimeter.
okay. And what do you see on your screen?
Have you opened ChatGPT,
Okay,
Gemini,
fine, yeah.
or any AI tool in the
Right.
last 7 days?
Okay, perfect. No problem. Right. I think we are right on shape and let's begin. So first of all, thank you everyone for joining this AI in 45 minutes. Right. So the name can be a clickbait. The name over here actually represents AI in 45 minutes. But what we are basically trying to tell you here is, can we start, building some AI agents, some AI tools in 45 or less than 45 minutes, right? So that's the plan over here. And what we want to do here is, before we start, can you scan the QR code and let me know your option? So before we start the AI, If you scan the QR code, we have a question like, have you opened any Gen AI tool in the last 7 days? Can we see the results for that? Right, so we'll see the results once you start clicking and submitting on it, right?
So Swapnil, should we start filling this form?
No, it's not filling the form. I mean,
Whatever the survey is.
right. So you have to take an option. You have to take an option. It's a 1 second thing. So if you can just check and tell me what do you think about it, that would be great. And I can know the response from here itself. Let me also just ping Dr. Jones. Starting meeting. Okay. Let me see the responses quickly. Okay. Are you able to click on that? 5 out of 6 responded. Okay, yeah, fine. So we got some responses, and oops. Let me just put it up here. Okay, fine. I think I am visible. Okay, my video is off. Okay, fine. So I find that there are, it should refresh. I'm unable to see the results. Please hold on. Okay. We have the responses there. Shalini ma'am, have you clicked on your response? I'm unable to see.
Yeah, I've already submitted.
Okay, just one moment. I am just checking. Okay, yeah. Now I can see it. I think it was not coming in sharing mode. I wanted to share you there as well, but that is okay. So if I see here, yes, and chatted. Okay, now we have 17% who have said yes and talked. Okay, I mean, and there are 17% who said no, did not open. That is fine. And you have said yes, just open. There is 0%, which is very encouraging, right? So guys, they just set the context here. So this particular 45 odd minutes of duration, the agenda is, of course, to make you familiar with AI, but more than that, it is a build up towards our Hackathon 2.0, right? And it's very encouraging to know that 57% have chatted and 29% have actually talked with the Gen AI tool, which is very encouraging, which also actually means that you need not know the internal dynamics of a car to drive a car, right? So what I mean to say is that you can drive a car without knowing the physics and chemistry of an internal combustion engine. And that is what we want to do. We don't want to spend a lot of time on the theory of AI. We want to do a hands-on. There is a project for you, and we have to complete it in 45 odd minutes, right? So that's the point over here. Now, let me move ahead with the slide, right? And if you can, again, on the same QR code, if you can just scan yourself, or if you're there on the screen, you will find the next question. Can you see the next question on the Mentimeter?
No.
Is it visible? No, I think there is a bit of a lag.
Yes.
It's
Now
visible.
it is there.
Right, so the question is this: if you had a magic AI assistant that could completely take over just one tedious task in your workday, or what would you hand off, right? And there's a reason why I'm telling it isn't theoretical, because whatever you write, I will ensure that you can build an agent around it, right? So we have 0 of 9 who have responded. I want to see the responses, and why am I not able to see the responses? Just one moment. Okay, I can see one response, which is preparing student fact sheets. Okay, so if you can define what is a fact sheet, we can do that, right? Collecting intellectual data. Now these are very good statements coming up, but if you tell me the source, how to, what is the source of collecting this intellectual data, then we can definitely build an agent around it. But these are very good things. So I've got only 2 responses out of 9, I guess. So I would encourage people, if you can just put it across, that would be a very good idea to start on. Evaluation, yes, of course. We want to evaluate, whatever students have done through an AI, take our time off from the evaluation because it's very hectic and it's also non-consistent sometimes, right? So interview evaluation, yes. So when you say interview, is it like a faculty interview or a student interview? Let's be very specific around that, right? Because the agent will change around it. Professional. Yeah. Tell me.
This is the admissions interview I'm referring to.
Okay, perfect. So that means it's the student's interview. Fantastic. We'll do that. Professional. My Excel data sheets, analyze data for me. Yeah. That is a left-hand job, right? We can do it in 3 minutes. How to design and implement an automated, scalable, and standardized EOL assessment system that accommodates course-level variability in outcomes and assessments, while accurately completing expectations. Okay, that's quite a wordful, but we can definitely do that, right? What are the input parameters? What are the output parameters? And I think this is one of the questions on our Hackathon 2.0 as well, right? So with this, I will try to end up this particular question, and we'll move back to our slides, and you can see that. Right. So guys, the reason I said it's not theoretical, and whatever is the real one thing that you want the AI to take off from your workday list, if you can articulate it well, we can do it. Right. So right now, if you see on your screen, these are 8 verified and validated problem statements we have from these departments. OPGDM is leading the rooster with 3 odd problem statements, starting with AI Viva voice and paper evaluation. How do we want to get rid of free writing? And then we also have a smart deliverable reminder, never miss a batch milestone. SRB policy chat, I do not know what does SRB stand for, but once we have all the definitions, we can definitely build around it. Smarter recruitment AI, Abhishek. So efficient shortlisting and scheduling. Maybe we have to be more specific because, from today to next week. So next week on 30th, we have the Hackathon 2.0. We have effectively 1 odd week to build a small prototype. It might not cover all the use case, but at least one happy path scenario it should cover, right? From Bruno, we have an excellent thing, brand sentiment dashboard. I think this is an excellent thing. A lot of companies are working on this, and it would be great if we have one for Great Lakes, Chennai, and Gurgaon. Alt control defeat. Yeah, this is interesting by Surit, right, which is on cabs and shuttles. But I really do not know if AI would be able to solve this or not. But this is very interesting. It's a very interesting research to figure out if we can solve it or not. And then we have from Priyanka, ma'am, on rank masters. Yeah, so probably we need to define it well. There are other columns also. So if you can fill up those columns, it would be great. You can create a prototype out of it in 1 week. So the agenda over here is, in this next 45 odd minutes or 40 odd minutes, we will try to do one simple problem. We'll try to see how we can interact with an AI tool, and our AI tool is Gemini. Great Lakes has a Gemini Pro version, so we will be using that and we will be taking it forward, right? And then we also have from Ms. Shalu AI Avengers. This is also a very excellent problem statement to solve, right? So I hope you are well versed with your real problem statements, and my job here is to tell you, using a Gen AI, how you can build a small prototype, and then with iterations, with your own level of effort and with your own ownership, you can probably take it to a good prototype level and showcase us on 30th of April on the hackathon, right? But apart from that, there are some other teams also, and we do not have the pain points or problem statements so far. So I would really request Mr. Shashank, Mr. Vivek, and then there is also one more from UL Code, some cross-sectional team, library, digital systems administrations again, where we do not have a specific pinpoint, but that's up to you. If you feel you have it, you can write it and you can take it forward. Not much of a pressure from that point of view. Now let's start with some basics of AI before we move on. Now, if you can see on your Menti screen, on the same screen, if you can click on the next, can you tell me what you see on your screen, Menti screen? If you scan the QR code, and I will move to the next slide. Oops, yeah, that's the next slide. So how are you feeling about AI? So I just want to know the temperament of our audience, right? Are you curious but confused, or you use AI almost every day? And on basis of that, we can fine tune it. So you can quickly take 2 seconds and just fill up this particular Mentimeter. Had this been an offline class, I would have asked you to showcase your hands, but we're doing it online today. Okay, so let me see the responses. Okay, so try to want more, 50% odd, very nice. 25% use it every day. 22% is curious but confused, and 0% is feeling overwhelmed or intimidated. So that's absolutely fine. So 26% odd use it every day. So people who use it every day, you might be very interested on bullet number 5, which is build your own Gemini Gen, because rest of the things you might be knowing. But people who are a bit curious and who want to know what's the real stuff beneath the hood, how you want to take it forward, probably bullet number 1, 2, 3, 4 can be helpful. So nevertheless, let's start from the very basics. So it's just a beginner thing that we are showing it. So let's move to our slides now, and probably slowly we will move forward to the Menti also to do our live poll. So we have done this. We'll move what is AI really, right? So So there are 3 definitions on the screen, and you can just tell me over your microphone which one do you think is closest definition of AI? Can we define AI today in April of 2026? So I like the meeting to be very interactive. My general pedagogy is that I receive feedback and then I answer those questions, and then we take deeper.
This is the definition of AI you are saying.
Yeah, so I'm asking you that which of the 3 definitions you feel AI could be. I'm asking you a question.
Number 2.
Number 2, machines imitating intelligent human behavior, right? Very nice. But then you have to define what does intelligence mean, right? Will intelligence mean that whatever I'm doing today, can a machine do it? So for example, let's say I am eating food. Can machines eat food, or what kind of food? And then we have to define what is food as well, right? So that could be one. Any other thing?
I think second option.
Option 2, machine imitating intelligent human behavior, right? Okay, fine. So, out of these 3, none of them are 100% right and none of them are 100% wrong, right? Because AI at this point of time, how do you define something? You define something when you have captured all the boundary conditions of a subject. Like, for example, if you tell me, can you define Lord Krishna or Lord Shiva? So you can define it because you know their characteristics, their traits, their resemblance, right? But AI at this point of time is always moving ahead, is always changing its source. So at one point of time, if you see, Amazon Alexa would have been called an AI, or doing a automated system, generating a Fibonacci series from a computer would be called an AI. But the moment it is done, it can be termed as a software, it can be termed as a general feature, and then we move ahead. So at this point of time, we have autonomous and adaptive systems as the closest definition of AI, right? So if you ask me, there are 3 boxes that AI could be fit in. One is a narrow AI, which is like, a Tesla car driving without any driver. There is an Amazon Alexa, which responds to my voice. There is even, the facial recognition on a phone that unlocks a phone. That could be said an AI. The other is, of course, Gen AI, which is our topic today, which is generative AI, which uses the best probability to tell you what is the end of a sentence word, right? And we will discuss that today. And finally, there is something called AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and this is where we are heading. And probably AGI would be a time where AI can do almost all of the things much better than a human being. We are not there right now, but probably in a couple of time we would be there, right? And that couple of time would be as less as 10 years or so, right? So we are at the exponential curve. So this is the thing. So the definition of AI at this point of time is not frozen by any researchers, but it is evolving as we speak. Now let's move to the next thing. So narrow AI and not in Terminator. So what is the current state of AI? So what exists today? So these are the Gen AI's thing, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. We used it for chat and writing, spam filters, autocorrect, Face ID. These are kind of AI that we are using, and this is a narrow AI. So even today, any Gen AI that you use, it's still categorized as a as a narrow AI because it's an AI on a leash. It is not autonomous and it is not self-evolving at this point of time. But there are some latest models, like if you would have heard of Claude Mycos, right? So these are some AIs that can evolve and self-adapt on their, on itself. Now, Hollywood sells, the stories that we see, the Terminator, the Skynet, these are all at AGI level. So Hollywood is a good parameter, but it's, we were calling it science fiction, but the days would not be there that we call it science fiction. It might become a non-fiction real fact in upcoming days. So that is the exciting portion where we are in. So I will quickly summarize this and then we'll just get into a real problem statement, but I would be more than happy to tell you the problem statement here. The problem statement is each of the participants, and I can see 14 participants there, can build a triggered word. So for example, if I open Gemini and if I write good morning Great Lakes, can good morning Great Lakes trigger whatever unread emails are there, whatever calendar meetings I have, whatever to-do task list I have, in fact, whatever area of improvements I have, can Gen AI tell me that? Is it possible? And I think, yes, it is possible. The event was inspired by Professor Purnima, so one of these days, Professor Purnima showed me that she has created this command where she says, good morning, and Claude responds back with a list of activities she has for that day. So that was the inspiration, and my task to you is, by the end of 45 minutes, can you build your very own agent that tells you that, okay, today you have these tasks and tomorrow you have these to-do tasks. So that would be a very good reminder that can help you in your actual work, right? So we will quickly brush over the theory part of it. So what is AI? It reads enormous text. It finds patterns in language, and it predicts the most likely word. What does this mean? This means exactly this. If you can see on my screen, if I say Humpty Dumpty sat on a, what do you think it would be?
Wall.
Wall. Yeah, right. You say wall because since your childhood, you have been reading this poem and which says Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. So an LLM exactly works on this, this particular logic, but it works at a very astounding rate. So in 1 second, it probably does 1 billion, permutation combinations, and it finds the word. Now, this is a very simple sentence, and we have probably a very high probability of wall, right? But it could also be a chair, table, or sofa. It will depend on the context. So what is a Gen AI? A Gen AI does not think by itself. We feel that a Gen AI is thinking, a Gen AI is reasoning with me, a Gen AI is arguing with me, but it is nothing but a mathematical model. And that mathematical model has probability of words, it has weightage of words, and it has a biases of words. So for example, if I tell, and we will see that in a couple of slides later, if I tell you that, can you write an email? It will write an email. But if I say, can you write an email warmly and emotionally? It will also do that. So it changes the weightage parameters, it changes the biasness parameters to provide answers, the best answers to our question. So hence, what is important here, what I'm trying to tell you here is the prompt that you do decides the pattern that you will have, right? So it's very important to write the right prompt so that it picks the most likely and closest outcome for our question, okay? So, a quick thing, what is it green at and what is it at terrible at? So before I get into the theory part, let me ask you this particular question. And if you can go to the Mentimeter again, can you tell me what question do you see on the screen on the Mentimeter?
When you hear the letters AI, what is the very first movie, character, or everyday gadget? That's the question you see.
Okay, yeah. So well, we can answer that. ChatGPT.
Can we go ahead with this?
Yeah. Let's go ahead with this. I skipped this question, but we can do that. So when you see the letters AI, what is the first movie or a character or anything that you resemble with? So for example, I was recently watching this movie called Bicentennial Man. Bicentennial Man. So William Robbins is the hero there. So when I see AI, I have started referring that to a bicentennial man, right? And Alexa smartphone tabs. Fine, perfect, right? So I'm getting an answer over here. We'll move to the next slide, which is very interesting. And can you tell me what is the question that you find there? If you stay on the same Mentimeter, do not change your screen, and I will change my screen. If I wanted to use Gen AI to draft a welcome email to new PGDM students, which one do you think? Is it green or is it red? Can I use Gen AI to draft a welcome email to new PGDM students who are coming up in 2026? Right.
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely, yes.
It's green actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's green, right? So why are we using Gen AI to help this? Because Gen AI is very good at summarizing long text. You can give them any research paper, you can give them any documentation, and it can tell you 5 bullet points out of it. And Notebook LLM is one of them, right? And then drafting the first version. So you can use it as a draft, you can use it as an assistant, but you need to have a final word on that. Rephrasing and translating. So, in a Karma Yoga program, Professor Palhan had used Perplexity to translate something from English to Hindi. So that is one of the things. Explaining ideas, brainstorming at scales, right? So you remember the HR problem statement that you had there. So if the HR team uses that problem statements and asks Gemini, can you please rephrase it and give me 3 solid pain points of HR team? Gen AI can do that. Gemini can do that. So that is the beauty of Gen AI. But what they're terrible at? They're terrible at some recent facts. Of course, the recent facts, the cutoff dates are slowly increasing towards real time. But till now, you are not sure. So if I ask you something that has happened yesterday or couple of hours before, Gen AI might not be able to give us accurate information, and they are very confident at hallucinating. So we have to be very careful, right? So the research DOI numbers, these can be generated at random by Gen AI, and they are very confident at itself. Now, verifying itself, unless it has the data, they will not be able to verify itself. Private data, so you put your private data and Gen AI can actually throw some garbage, and I will show it to you in next month. And complex math, even though it is improving in some high standard models, but in low standard models, if you give them complex math, PhD level maths at a very low the elementary models that AI have, they would not be able to use that, right? They would not be able to decipher that. So if I can just come to the next Mentimeter question, and if you look on the slide, so this was initially I gave to Gemini that tell me about Dr. Swapnil Sahu at Klim Gurgaon, right? And if you see the response here, Dr. Sahu is a professor of marketing at Klim Chennai, etc., blah, blah. So every single detail above is fabricated, right? And if you look at Mentimeter, I have put up a question there. If I wanted Gen AI to tell you the exact Klim enrollment numbers from last year, which one do you think, the left column or right column? Okay, so there is, at this point of time, 3 out of 17 have responded. One of them has said left column, and okay, 4 out of 17, the right column. So, we have 2 in left column and 3 on right column. Unfortunately, left column will not be the right answer, because the exact Klim enrollment number, if you ask Gen AI, it will show you a hallucinating figure. It will not say, no, I do not know. Maybe the higher models would say that, but if you put it up at a standard level, standard model, it would start hallucinating. So these hardcore figures, this hard data has to be taken up by itself, right? So this is what I wanted to tell you, okay? Now, let's do a task, right? I want all of you to open the Gemini Pro version that Great Lakes has generously provided you. If you have opened it, I need a volunteer, who can share his screen. His screen, a courageous volunteer who doesn't feel sorry.
Dr. Swapnil, where can I find the LLM?
Yes, absolutely, sir. Nice question. Let me just show it to you. Okay, so if you see, this is your inbox. Can you see my inbox?
Yeah.
Okay, now if you see on the inbox, I click on this, matrix, right? And I click on Gemini.
Oh, acha. Okay, got it. Okay.
And if you click on Gemini, it will pop up. Okay. Now I will put back my screen and I would request you to do the left column as well as right column. Where is my screen here? Just one. Okay. Put it up here. Okay, fine, right. So, so this will take you exactly 3 minutes, even less than that. You have one simple task, and it's the same task, and you give 2 prompts. The first prompt, open a new chat and just say write an email. The second prompt, you be very specific. Say, this thing was my real-time thing, so you are a caring faculty mentor, write a warm 3-line email to a PGDM student who has missed 2 classes. My tone is concerned, but not harsh. I want to be strict. I don't want to be harsh, and I want to send that email, right? So you remember, the probability, weightages, and biasness that an LLM has. I'm trying to feed the exact data using a specific prompt. Right. So what is the thing that I'm trying to tell you here? Your takeaway here is, if you go to a restaurant and if you ask them to give me food, they can give you a masala dosa and they can also give you an Italian pasta. Now, both of them are very different. Now, but if you tell them, I need a sandwich, even that is vague. You can make it more specific. I need a vegan sandwich. You can make it more specific. I need a vegan sandwich with hummus and broccoli. Right? And then you can make it even more specific, that I need a vegan sandwich with hummus and broccoli, and make it a go-to order. Pack it up so that I can just carry it to my office. The more specific we are, the more accurate output we have from the AI, and more easily we can integrate it in our real world. Okay, so these things are very important for you, because the problem statements, which I showed you in the second slide, right, that needs to be very specifically broken down, and prompts have to be created. And once you create that prompts, you will be able to then create a prototype, and then you would be able to share it in our Hackathon 2.0. So to those teams, it is very important. Now, if I move to the next one, right, 6 moves that save real teaching time. Now, so these are some of the things that I've mentioned. I will be sharing the PPT. You can read about them. So there is nothing much to speak, but we have to now practice it. So I will move to the Gen AI model, and I will also show you this now for admin, HR, marketing, and support teams. You can use Gen AI to polish your official emails, right? One of the prompts could be, rewrite this to sound professional but warm. Recipient is an anxious applicant parent, right? So this was one of the things taken up from Professor Palhan, which said that there was a student and he was not yet placed, and the parent had reached out to him. Now we had to, write an email. How do you do that? Summarizing long meetings, FAQ policies, right? So there are a lot of policies that you want to throw into AI, but you have to be very careful that it should not have confidential data, right? Because that would be, again, be breach of trust. So you have to have your discretion there. Organize messy data. You can, one of the questions in our bubble box was, can it help me in exam related data? The exam team has so much of data. Can I organize it? Can I put it up properly? So you can work out on that. Translate, localize, plan events and workshops. Everything is there. Now,
for example, Dr. Swapnil, if I want to, I remember Vivek had raised this issue about flagging students who are not performing or at-risk students earlier. So, for example, just go back to the previous slide.
Okay, yeah, just one moment. Yes.
You had this particular thing where we talk about, putting up your data and saying, here are 40 student names and scores, rank them and flag anyone below 60%.
Yes.
The same thing can be done for attendances. It can be done for...
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. In fact, I was speaking to Vivek, a few days back, and I now wanted to, I've revised it. If we have an API of the CRM system that we are using, like, for example, we are using Olympus and the attendance tracking is done on Olympus, Olympus and Gen AI, any Gen AI tool, and since we have Gemini, maybe the Pro version itself, we can test it that if Gemini can seamlessly take data from Olympus and put up an automated email to students who are lacking attendance or whose marks are below 2.5, something like that, right?
Correct. I think that's what Vivek, you had raised this point, right? I think,
yes, sir.
Yes.
life can become much simpler if we start integrating and using AI for a lot of the things that we spend a lot of time in trying to identify and locate. I think,
Correct.
yeah.
Absolutely. Then we will see that right now, on our Gen AI, we'll do a practical right now, but let me just check if there is something else that is meaningful here. Right. So these are some guardrails that we have to be very careful at. There are reports of Gen AI slowly using our own data against ourselves, but I hope right now, since we are in that workspace of Great Lakes education system and we have a pro version, so I do not think these issues will happen, but nevertheless, it is very important that we should not paste confidential data, we should not paste medical reports or as such, because it has a chance of being exploited because it's still a third party. Verify before you share and disclose AI use when it matters. Yeah, so point number 3 is very important. If you are using it in class, disclose it to the students. If you're using it for your research, disclose it to the research fraternity. If you're using it anywhere, it's always better to be disclosed and be transparent, right? So that is one thing off your box. And now let us build. Now this is the most interesting thing.
One question I have, Professor. So I have got a task, today where I have to evaluate approximately 35 course outlines, and out of which I have, let's say, some accreditation or let's say some requirement is there for summarizing it for the topics covered in these course outlines, and it needs to be given for some accreditation purpose, right? So is it fine if I upload these course outline in the pro version, and I know the prompt, I know that I will be able to do. My question is it okay from the confidentiality perspective?
To best of my knowledge and with whatever you have said, I do not find any red flags in uploading what you have to our institutional, Gemini, which is part of our workspace thing. And I think if that makes the work simpler, faster to execute, and I do not think there is any personal loss or there is any loss to our institution with that. So that should be okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Swapnil, I also have a question.
Yeah.
So currently through our Olympus LMS that we use for online PGDM, any learner who misses the live session, they get an automated email. Is this an example of AI working?
So that's the beauty, Dr. Shalini, that this is an example of narrow AI, but now, the lines are so thin. So sending an automated email before it was done, we would say that, okay, we are trying to automate it and we're trying to use artificial intelligence in certain sense. But once it is done, it is called a software. Now you have built a automated Python script and you run the software and you get the desired result, right? So the definitions keeps on changing, right? So the recommendation engines that an Amazon or a Spotify has, if you look at it, you will find a technical code there, and they will call it a software. But when they were building this, it was part of an artificial intelligence, the kind of things that a human being does, like, a father or a mother sees a child and sees that, okay, that dress looks good on you. Why don't you wear that color more often? Now that same human interaction and software or a non-human being is doing it. So that is the beauty of this particular trend wave, that things that we are calling AI right now, today in April of 2026, by the time it is April of 2027, 2028, you will say it's a software and you will find that there is no much interest there. Does it answer the question?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, now this is what we have been building, we have been waiting for. So without further ado, let's switch on our Gemini, right? And where is my Gemini screen? Okay, I can see my Gemini screen. So I'm on Great Lakes screen. So you know that you're on your Great Lakes screen and not on your personal thing by looking at the Great Lakes logo. So I want you to do one quick thing first. And as I told you earlier, I want to credit Professor Purnima for giving this idea, and I really appreciate this. If you see what I just did, I clicked on settings. There's a connected app. You have to toggle the switch to on. Right now, what does the switch do? The switch basically is a connector between the GenAI LLM, which is Gemini in our case, and our Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Chat, Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Keep, Google Tasks. Now, these are amazing applications that Google has. And Google Keep, I use them more often. I use Microsoft To Do Tasks, but Google Tasks is also equally good. Right now, if you put this on, this means that if you have the ability of knowing what is on Gmail without even opening the Gmail. Of course, to write or send an email or draft it, you have to open Gmail, but you can do that. And how do you do that? Now, this is what I will show it to you. So let's click on new chat. Please ask me questions. Please stop me because I can't see you. I'm seeing my screen and we are not in an offline office, but please feel free to ask me.
Dr. Swapnil, I'm sorry, I didn't find the way how to reach this.
Very nice. I will help you.
Turn on?
Yeah, sure. So can you see my screen?
I can see that, yeah.
Right. Can you see connected apps?
Okay.
Can you click connected apps?
No, basically you have to open Gemini first, right?
That is
Yes.
open, sir. Yeah. Okay, setting. I had to go to the setting thing. This
Yeah, you have to click on settings, click on
connected apps. I have clicked now, right?
Yes. And then can you toggle? Can you see once it's toggled, it will be light blue.
I'm on this page and this toggle thing. Okay. Okay, I found that.
Right. So
Thank
I
you so
hope,
much.
yeah, thank you so much, Shalini ma'am. So like Dr. Shalini, I hope everyone, we all are on the same page. We have toggled it. Yeah, right, perfect. So now let's move to new chat, and I want you to check something over here. If you give at the rate, can you see these drop downs coming up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
fine, fantastic. Now, if I click on Gmail, and I'm not even writing anything, I'm just putting it, I'm entering it, I'm putting it, I've just entered it. And now, can you see this? I can help you with your emails. What would you like to do? For example, I can search, summarize, draft, organize. How can I
Professor,
help?
the font size is really small. It would be really helpful if you can. Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks.
sure. Thank you for the feedback. Is this good?
Works. Thank you.
Very nice, right? So if you see this at the rate Gmail and you have search, summarize, draft, organize, and if I just write a prompt, can you tell me I think I'm hearing my own voice. Somebody has to mute. Can you tell me the tasks that I am working on? And okay, now it has moved to Google Tasks, right? So so this is a feedback from the LLM. I have to be very specific on my prompt now. So what was the mistake I made on my prompt? This is where we learn, right? We make mistakes and we learn. So can you tell me tasks instead of tasks? Can you tell me emails or that I'm working on, right? So let's check this out. Okay, workspace connecting. So that means our connected apps are working. Oh, wow. So now this is what I have. AI Hackathon 2.0 scheduled for April 30, 2026. You are lead organizer for this Institute Innovations sprint. Your current activities include judge recruitments, departmental coordination, orientation, academic activity, and then there are a lot of things, right? I don't want to expose everything right now on the screen, but I want to tell you this is very powerful, right? But that is not what is the problem statement. The problem statement is something like this. We are now going to enter a gem. Okay, now what is gem? I will tell you, gem is nothing but a agent, a helper, right? So like in my house, so we have a helping person. A gem is a helping person. Now, if I put a prompt, like now I've coded this before the meeting, but that is the task. Now, can you code? If I write something like good morning, Great Lakes. I've created this trigger command, and if I click enter, let's see what this gem does for me. Okay, so the gem is giving me one inspirational quote from MBA professor. The best way to predict the future is to create it. I'm inspired. I'm ready to optimize a day. What is my top priority? Hope your shirt is awaiting. Calendar sync. Okay. Okay, so it is taking some time for syncing, but I do not know why it is taking time. I hope my tokens are there, but let me just show it to you what I did a couple of hours before. When you say good morning, Great Lakes, it is giving me a code, and these are the top priorities today, right? So, these are the emails that have been received on my inbox. Right, and it is also giving me a heat wave mitigation, global temperatures hitting 41 degrees Celsius, some urgent email requiring a reply. There is an email from Dr. Kirti, I should reply back. That's what it's telling, and it's also giving me a draft reply and delegation opportunities. Okay, a student has been selected by one of the groups, message FYI only, right? So this is just for my information. So it is categorizing things that I need to act. It is also categorizing things that are for my information. And what is the meeting today? So preparation notes, hidden objective, right? Preparation. So hidden objective is to standardize the baseline AI tools students will use to ensure complete parity during the hackathon, right? So some of the smart questions, and these are about the weather, quick wins, mailbox, email. So my problem statement to here is, can you create a gem? Can you create a gem, and can you create a trigger word on your Gemini Gen AI app, which can actually consolidate the email for today and tell it to you, can also tell you a to-do task or your meetings or calendars that you have, like the 3 p.m. hackathon meeting that I had with you guys. Can we do that? So that is a question. Now, I will just tell you how should we take it forward, right? Are you all with me here? Is there a question that you would like to ask me?
Okay. I don't know, but Professor, it's saying that your access to email, the system is not able to access email. After few seconds, the prompt I received back is email access denied. However, I shared that,
Okay.
that I turned on that toggle that you showed earlier.
Yeah, so the first prerequisite is you have to connect the Gemini API, the Gemini app with the connector, right? So that is the prerequisite for it. And you can always test it. You can always test it by writing @ and checking if Gmail is coming up or not, right? Google Drive is coming up or not, right?
Only Google Calendar is coming. I don't know, some issues.
Yeah. Let's debug it right now. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, so let's debug that. I hope everybody else is able to see Gmail, and till the time I think Vivek, I was hearing Vivek's voice, so Vivek shares his screen with me. I want to tell you how to create a new gem, right? So you click on gems here. If you can see, you click on this forward arrow, and then you click on a new gem, okay? And when you click on this new gem, you write the name of the gem. So for example, instead of writing
Your screen is not shared.
Screen is
Shared.
not shared.
I can see Vivek's screen is shared.
Okay, I'll stop sharing. Yeah.
Okay, can you see my screen for a moment? And maybe I will just explain you this, and till that time, I'll give you 10 minutes. You can start working on it, and then we will, I will see Vivek's, I will troubleshoot Vivek's, right? So if you can see my screen now, this is a new gem. This is the name. What's the name you want to give? You can give it something like GM, Glimchi, something like that, right? Or you can give your own sweet name that you have, right? Swapnil Sahu, something like that, right? And what is the description? The description, even though this description is just for your own internal logic, this does not go to the LLM. The description is what is it? A daily update on my to-do list from the emails calendar drive, etc. Right? And now this is the instruction, which is the next one. I'll just change the spellings. Yeah. Right, now this is the instruction, and this is where it becomes very important for you to write the specific instruction, right? I think I'm just hearing some feedback, so if somebody can mute it. Okay, so what is the instruction you want to give? That you, so I'm just giving you an example, and then you can, improvise on it. So you are my AI expert teacher, right? Teacher, right? And you will check my emails, calendar, right? Etc. From the connected workspace. So please appreciate that we want to be as specific as possible, and tell me what to do. Okay, now if you see this sparkling pen, you can use and click on this, and it can actually use AI to help you give a prompt to AI, right? I think it has done something, unable to rewrite. So let me just click it once again. And let's see if there's any difference. Unable to rewrite. Okay, so I do not know why it's unable to rewrite. Maybe I have exhausted my tokens from the pro version of Gen AI. So this is the issue, right? If you rely and if you use so much of AI. But anyways, so that is the thing. Now add files, your gem for reference. I do not think any files are required because we've already connected the apps there, and then you can save it and run it. Okay, so can we have first 3-4 participants who can just do it and show me, what is the outcome that is coming up? And then that is the text thing. And your homework would be, can I make it on audio? Can I connect my mobile phone Gemini to my laptop Gemini? And if I just say, I wake up in the morning and I say, like the way I'm talking with Alexa, I say, hello Gemini, can you please tell me what are my emails? Right? So can I have the exhaustive list of our institutional email ID and not our Gmail ID? Because Gmail ID is a bit easier, right? So can we do something like that, right? So with this, I will end my presentation. Let's start our workshop, and I will look into troubleshooting for Vivek and other participants if they have a problem, right?
Sir, we connected. Thank you, sir.
Done. We tried.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say done, means you're done with Good Morning Reflex task?
No, we checked our task on Gmail, right?
Okay. Yes.
And then we did it successfully.
Okay, fine. So can you share your screen, Dilipji, and just explain, what's the kind of prompt, and then, that will also inspire the other participants as well. So I will just stop sharing for a moment. Okay, and okay, so we have,
so I was able to connect now.
Okay, you were able to connect it now. Very nice.
Yeah.
And let me see what is the output that is coming up. Can we see the trigger command prompt, Vivek, please? Yeah, can you scroll up?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the start. So that is your email ID. That's not a problem. Can we go down? Okay, very nice, very good. So this is so it is so easy nowadays to automate anything that you want, because just see the prompt. Vivek is rechecking with Gen AI, asking that, are you sure there are no tasks from emails? Now this is where Gen AI is rechecking itself. So you have to always nudge the AI, especially if it is a lower end model. Right now, if we move to Claude, Haiku, or Sonnet, it's a different state of the art thing. But for Gemini, which is still for masses, you have to recheck it. And then it says that please use the connections like @Gmail or @Google Task. Okay, can we move to your next prompt? Because the prompt is interesting. The solution by Gen AI would be a byproduct of the prompt. @Gmail, tell me the task for today. Okay, now, so you have these scheduled meetings and workshops, right? So I hope this is helping. Now, the point here is, can I automate this particular level of automation every day? So Vivek, can you show us the command prompt? Can you go to the gem and just show all of us that how you have built this gem? Is this a gem right now, or is this on a plain chat?
It's a plain chat, sir, because we were just troubleshooting at that point of time.
So now this brings an interesting question. You might ask me, Swapnil, what is the difference between a plain chat and a gem? A plain chat is I'm using it once, and once I'm done, it is done. But a gem is a recurring activity, right? So you create a gem, it's like the tray of food. So every time you touch the tray of food and take it forward, the food is delivered there. You need not ask every day, okay, give me a masala dosa or give me a sandwich, right? And task, it's a standalone thing. So creating a gem for your routine work is always advisable, and it saves a lot of time. So that is the thing. So anyone who has created a gem and would like to show the tasks from Gmail. Now, I can only see Gmail for Vivek. We can also actually put the calendar there. Now, it will depend on the prompt and have a consolidated thing. Let me cold call people. This is the best I love to do. What about Abhinav? Aditi, would you like to share something? I will not ask Dr. Jones, sir. Right? Palan sir, were you able to do it? Rameshwari, Purva, Rushali, Shalu?
Yes, yeah, okay.
Okay, I mean, can you share your screen, Rameshwari, just for the, we want to see how you have done the gem, and that would be great. I mean, not showing the email is absolutely fine. Right.
Sir,
ask me, Vivek.
we tried, but saying that this is not available on the free.
Okay, can you share this?
Advanced.
Yeah, please share me your screen.
Okay, I'll share my screen.
So guys, see, the objective of this 45 minutes in AI is not to give you theory. Theory, you can get it from YouTube, and there are better speakers than me. There is Andrew NG, there is a Harvard CS50, you can do it. But the point is, in a daily, day-to-day practice, if there is something that we can do in this 45 minutes and it helps us every day without making much of an effort, I think that is where we would be successful in our workshop.
So, Swapnil, this gem is an application of Gemini, or we have created it?
So gem is a standard template provided by Gemini, right? It is there on the left-hand side of your Gen AI workspace.
Yeah, that I could find, yes.
Right. So when you click on gem, very nice video. Can you just show it for the sake of everyone? Right. When you click on gem, you have a new gem plus button below.
Yes.
Right.
That,
and if you click on
there,
yeah, very nice, very nice. Okay, now give your name. What do you call this gem about? Like I called my gem as Good Morning Great Lake, something like that. But you can put your own name.
I just mentioned Gem Shalini just for the
very nice, nice. Yeah, start
I'm just presenting it here.
Okay, you want to share your screen? Yeah, we can have multiple shares. I have enabled that option
I
as
have
well.
shared it here. Now, I'm still thinking the prompt that I should give. One example, we saw that whatever your to-do task is, we are taking help from it. What else we can do with this? That's the first question. Second is,
absolutely,
this all my Gmail inbox, mails will be exposed to this, and how safe that would be, because there could be some sensitive information, from anyone actually.
Right, absolutely. So from safety point of view, I can reasonably say that since we are in the institutional workspace, we are not using any outside the workspace LLM, we can safely use it. Now see, there is always a trade-off. There is always a trade-off, like how much safety you want. If you want it 100% safe, then do not automate anything, right? Do everything yourself. But I think on all reasonable standards, if the safety is not compromised, the safety is still there, and still you are getting a headway. By the time you commute to Great Lakes, you get the list of activities that you have to do. I think it's a good idea, right? What I'm trying to say that the mental barrier of safety in doing extraordinary things, right?
Got it. Another question is, I mean, other than scheduling to do things and all, what else can we use this for?
Yeah. So you tell me, Dr. Shalini, what else do you want?
I just
Yeah,
checked
Shalini.
one thing and I thought it would be helpful. So I just, should I share my screen? So generally I keep,
Please go ahead. Yeah, we have multiple screen shared, so no problem.
so I keep tracking fee that has come from the students, and I asked Gemini to read the last email from finance and check how many students have paid 1 lakh rupees, let's say. That was, so I got this prompt.
Wow, right. So I'm going to ask you a quick question, Shalu. The names that you saw, can we stick to one name? Let's say Ritvik Chen. Is this the real person or is this a hallucination?
No, not hallucination. The application number, everything is there.
Everything is accurate?
While other meetings like weekly.
Vivek, एक बार mute कर लीजिए. Yeah, Shalu. So, is this the real one or is this a hallucination? That is the first check you have to do.
Not the hallucination.
Okay, fine. So if it is a real one, so this is what it works out, right? So on one page, you have everything, put up on a platter, and then you can take better decisions based on this. Do you agree with me, Shala?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Before this also, I tried what are the tasks, read my Gmail and what are the tasks
Right.
to be done. So it gave me certain prompts with priority, high priority, medium or low priority.
Nice, perfect. Now I see that you have only exposed yourself to emails.
Yeah.
Now, if you can integrate emails and calendar, that will give you a more holistic view. Now, this should be your, organic way of expecting. Like Dr. Shalini was asking, what else can I do? What else can Gemini do? So this is how you have to organically think. So now we all have been using AI, but the point of using AI is not outsourcing our creative thinking to AI, but using our creative thinking and telling that what my helper can help me with, right? So we have, fine. So I think we have everything there, right? So thank you so much, Shalu, for doing that. Anything else? What about our duo, Vivek and Dilip together? I mean, is everything fine there?
On the day of hackathon, Professor,
Yes.
If you can brief, because I missed the first meeting you took. So
yes,
a little bit brief will help us to
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So our first thing on hackathon is to ensure that the problem statements are good to go. And how do you ensure it is good to go? If you are able to problematize it. That means, जैसे हम अभी Gmail में कर रहे थे, check my email is not a strong enough problem statement. Check my email to tell me exactly what I have at 3 p.m. will be a specific thing. So you should be able to problematize your problem statement and put it up on an AI, right? And using that AI, you should be able to create a prototype. So like the gem is a small prototype of your executive assistant. Now, if you make it better, you might not even require an executive assistant to be with you. Right? So that is the expectation we have. And then you have to show a real demonstration. You need not give any theory. There is no presentation format. You have to just share your screen or come there. And we have invited 2 judges, 2 state-of-the-art judges. One would probably be from MIT, right? And you have to just demonstrate yourself in 8 odd minutes, right? And hence having a strong problem statement is the starting block, and then using AI to problematize that problem statement and creating some kind of output that you can show. Okay. So I think we have run short of our time, and I hope this session was interesting. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but we can have these kind of sessions every once in 15 days. I would be more than happy. I'm very excited about this particular thing, and I really appreciate everyone's time here. It's always great. The more I'm teaching, I think the more I'm learning. So I would also like to thank everyone there, and I would like to thank Palhan sir for always being there and pushing me and projecting me up. So thank you so much, Palhan sir, as well. Dr. Jones, I think he would have left.
You're welcome. Yeah, welcome. It's a good beginning.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Dr.
Thank you.
Swapnil, so it was
Yeah.
great. We understood some basic and it has raised a lot of
Yeah.
curiosity.
Yes.
But I'm still not clear regarding the hackathon themes. How would we do that?
Yes. Yes. So
do we do
correct.
something in between or directly on 30th? Because that's a big problem statement. Where do
Right.
we go from there now?
Right. So directly on 30th, if you do it, I do not think you would have that much time to do it and then show it, because on 30th it is a show thing. So what you have to do from this moment is using so just taking an example of what we had today, right? We had a problem statement that can I start my day with the to-do list and what I have to do. So, and I created a gem app for that. Now, for your statement, for your OPGDM statement, let's say AI Viva bot, right? Can I create a Viva bot using basic data of students and ensure that there is no free riding? Can we do that, right? So you have to put that and start experimenting with AI today itself, so that by 29th you have a stable version, and on 30th you can show it to the judges in 8 minutes.
So we have to put that problem statement on GEM only.
Yeah, you can put that problem statement on Gen AI, look at the responses, and then do a trial and error. If you remember, you see Shalu's screen or Vivek's screen. Now, we do not get the final solution with just one prompt. You have to slowly improvise, tweak and take it forward, right? So you have to spend enough time with an AI thing to help formulate a solution there.
I think I'll have to take extra tuitions then.
No. I mean, it's just about your learning. You just spend time with that.
Swapnil, if you should
Yeah.
clarify,
So
it's
for-
not a very secretive competition. So
Yeah.
if you have any query, it's not a secretive competition.
Yeah.
Query, you are welcome to ask.
Yes, absolutely. It's not a competition or per se, like, it's like whatever statements you have, you can ask questions and then you can reiterate and develop it. So whenever you feel a problem, you have to ask me and we do it, right? But the onus lies on the participants.
Definitely.
So for AI interviews and AI document verification, I guess that is something which cannot be worked on Gemini. So we are actually looking for an external vendor, which is in process. So I think Nitin has already spoken to you, and we will.
Yeah. But I was of this opinion, Inshallah. I mean, that's a very good question, and I know we are exceeding time, but I will just take 2 minutes. Right now, we have built an AI Viva bot, which has an audio video feature. And using an LLM and token, we can actually, interrogate. I'm using the word interrogate because it will depend on the persona of an examiner, of the AI examiner we select, and we can get that thing done. So we might, for demonstration purposes, we can do that. But when the final, buying that or billing that option comes, I think Dr. Jones or Samiran will reach out to Nitin and we can still experiment with our in-house thing as well.
So in-house, that it has been built already.
It is still in the prototype stage. I can share you the prototype. You can also have a look. I will also share it with Nitin and both of you, and you can have a look and give me your feedback.
Even for documents?
Documents, I have not received that problem statement. I have not looked into that problem statement so far, but let's do that in our prototyping for our Hackathon 2.0. We can do that, but let's talk with that external vendor. I'm not asking you to stop the discussion with it.
But during this on 30th, how do we present it? Like the vendor we are going to finalize, we presented that, this is how it is going to work, or we do create something on our own?
Ideally, we would expect, the institution would expect that you create something on your own, right, and show it to us. But then if you want to get the vendor also involved more, it's welcome. It's a very free thing, right? There is no restrictions, right? We want more ideas to come. So if the vendor wants to come and showcase its thing, that's also a great idea. But we would really want to know that what our GLIM employees have also done for the hackathon.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So thank you guys. See you, and feel free to ask questions. The more you ask
Thanks.
questions,
Thank you.
yeah. Bye bye. See ya.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Bye, sir.